Hello, I'm Shane,
And I'm Jenna.
and we're the artistic directors and co-founders of iSing Silicon Valley.
We're thrilled to be here tonight premiering two pieces by female composers. Tonight you'll hear Where the Insects Cry by Latvian composer Santa Ratniece.
And Langgang Kangkung by Malaysian composer Tracy Wong.
We're so happy to be part of the California Festival of New Music. Thanks for joining us and enjoy.
Thank you.
Hi, I am Tracy Wong, the choral arranger of Lingang Kangkung, a folk song from Malaysia. I am currently in London, Ontario, Canada, teaching at Western University as the Assistant Professor of Choral Studies, where I conduct two choirs and teach choral conducting. I am originally from Malaysia, and this is my 10th year of calling Toronto, Canada, home. In Langgang Kangkung, you will hear a catchy melody supported by a rhythmic drive in the percussion part. I love setting this arrangement for two parts to sing as it embodies the simplicity of the folk song and allows the Malay text to come through. Also, Langgang Kangkung is a folk song that I grew up listening and learning and performing since young and all the way through school, and I still teach Langgang Kangkung and many other Malaysian folk songs to choirs both here in North America as well as in other countries and in Malaysia. For this arrangement, you will also hear a flute part that's being featured, which contributes to the light and cheery atmosphere of this arrangement. I appreciate having wonderful conversations with Shane Troll, the artistic director of iSing, which helped me decide on the right folk song to arrange for his choir, as well as ways to make it customizable for his singers to sing successfully. I enjoyed viewing the performance of this piece by iSing. I can tell that the ensemble and their artistic team worked hard on not only refining the diction of the text, but also capturing the nuance and the cheeriness of this folk song. I'm so glad that I could share resources with them that could guide their learning of this piece. This included audio recording of my pronunciation of text and also singing of the parts, as well as a tutorial of the folk dance created by my colleague Muhammad Fairuz Muhammad Tauhid and myself. So I recorded myself dancing, put up the tutorial, and then the singers could learn along with me. iSing's performance was artistic, confident, and captured the folk style so successfully. Thank you for including my music in the California Festival of New Music. It is an honor to have the music performed by a stellar ensemble on a platform that makes spaces for a variety of musical styles and music creators.
Hello, dear listener. I'm composer Santa Ratniece from Latvia, currently living in Vienna, Austria. Today you will hear my composition called Where the Insects Cry, beautifully performed by iSing choir, with 2 soprano soloists from the choir and 4 cellos, conducted by Jenna Delp. Thank you, Jenna, for inviting me to join this wonderful journey and your careful guidance into the universe of girl choir. I have chosen the texts from Japanese literature, and the first author is Zen Buddhist monk Ryokan from the 18th century, and the second poet is Murasaki Shikibu. He wrote the tale of Genji in 11th century. I was inspired by these texts as they reflect the inner world and emotions and feelings of human beings into nature. You can feel the wind in this music and listen to the voices of insects and the singing of the deers. So the girls are not only singing, but they are also whispering and whistling. And my favorite moment of the piece is the one where the soloists are imitating the cry of the deer above all the choir. It's a great honor to be a part of this festival, but my piece is included in the program of the California Festival of New Music. Thank you.
we're so happy to premiere Where the Insects Cry as part of the California Festival of New Music. And I'm sitting here today with Sawyer and Sunina, an alto and a soprano who premiered this piece. So what did you guys think the first time that you opened the score to Insects?
Well, I think like my initial thoughts just holding the score was, wow, this is very thick. Because I think it was something like 30 pages. And I remember just looking at it and seeing like a lot of weird on the front page and just being like, I wonder what this is going to be. It seems so experimental. So I guess I was kind of excited, but also a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think I was more nervous at first, just opening up and seeing bars for pages on pages as an alto. And, once I realized what the picture it was painting was going to be, I was a lot more into it and more excited, and it ended up being so cool. Yeah.
How is Where the Insects Cry different from most pieces that we sing?
I think you can see what you're singing. You see a landscape, you see nature, and when you know exactly what you're singing about, it can really motivate you.
I feel like in other choral pieces, your part, it doesn't stand alone necessarily, but in Insects especially, like your part is so dependent on the other ones to all fit together to create that landscape, and like without the other parts, like your part would just be like, as you said, for 4 pages.
What was like the weirdest sound that you made personally?
Oh my God, we had to do the bugs, I can't even do it to this day, but there were people who were bosses at it. It's like, wow, that was funny, but they sounded like bugs. I mean, they got it done.
I think for my solo line, there was a part where it just said E, and then it just went like up into the stratosphere, and there were no ledger lines, anything. It just went up. And I was like, okay, I don't know where to stop. I don't know what this is going for, but it was different every time, and I kind of liked that.
When we practiced the piece in rehearsal, we obviously only had the piano, but later we put it together with 4 cellos. And what was that experience like in the combination of a treble chorus and the timbre of the cellos?
There were certain parts of the piece where the cellos would kind of emulate the singers, and the singers would emulate the cellos. And there were certain parts where people were kind of just like, is that the cello? Is that the singer? Like they couldn't tell. And I think that's really cool because you wouldn't necessarily think of singers and cellos having similar timbres, but in that piece it like really worked together.
And I also think seeing at the beginning they play on the bridge, right, the cellos, and I've never seen that before. And we were making sounds I'd never made before either. So to see 2 different instruments doing such different things was really interesting. And yeah, this piece was really cool in that sense.
This piece has a lot of extended techniques. Like you said, the cellos are playing on the bridge, there's harmonics in the cellos, we're clicking and whistling and being the wind and the insects, and like Sawyer and Maggie on the solo line are doing all kinds of glissandi. What part of your vocal training prepares you to tackle extended vocal techniques and be comfortable doing it?
Breathing. When you're making a bunch of weird sounds at first, you're using your breath so much, you're using your body, and then to go into like just intense walls of sound, you need so much breath control. And when you're up there doing something crazy, it's a little nerve-wracking. Well, what seems crazy.
And I think for the sopranos, because every soprano line went up to like a B or something, they was super high. Just having the training to like prepare for the high notes and like lifting your soft palate, thinking about all those things. I feel like they're things you have to think about generally when you're singing, but in this piece specifically, I felt so much, like my senses were so much more heightened just thinking about like I need to prepare for this in this way, and I need to lift my soft palate, and I need to breathe right, and it just felt like a lot more important in this piece that I was using my techniques correctly.
Did you happen to like sneak a glance behind me and look at the audience at all to see how they were receiving the piece for the first time?
Ooh, I definitely saw some eyebrows making some weird faces. I was focused on you because I was like, I don't want to know what's going on out there. I want to get this right? But after, people were like, wow, I didn't know what was going on at first, but that was beautiful. People really knew what we were talking about, and sometimes that's not always the case. Yeah.
I feel like I saw a lot of confusion at first when they were like, what is going on in this piece? Why are they making bug sounds? But I think like as the landscape kind of formed, even if they didn't know what we were saying necessarily, I think that people really saw what we were trying to paint. And at the end, I saw a lot of like gaped jaws, like people just being like, whoa, what was that? Like that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
I always feel most accomplished when I've made someone feel something. And, you know, I thought people were really able to see what we were singing about. I hope that they felt at ease and, you know, tranquil, you know, because we're singing about Mount Kugami and the deer and the buck, you know, it's a very peaceful setting. It's really great when we can make people feel and experience new things.
This piece had a big learning curve because we started it in November and we didn't perform it until later in the year. And it felt like we as a choir were learning. Like we were not just learning the notes and things, but we were like gradually absorbing the totality of this piece. Like where it starts, the next section, climbing the mountain, descending the mountain, what you hear, and then how you take the listener on that journey, right?
I think that's something that's really special about commissions, because like there's nowhere that we could have turned to like listen to a recording of the piece, see what the interpretations are like. It was all on our own. And so I thought that was really special because we took this piece that we didn't know how to approach, and then we kind of learned like how to approach it over a long period of time. And that was like really special. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shane. I'm one of the artistic directors at iSing, and we're so excited to be premiering Langgang Kangkung, this wonderful Malaysian folk song. And I'm here with one of my singers, Anushka, and her mother. And they're both from Malaysia. So where are you from Malaysia originally?
From Johor. It's the southern part of Peninsula Malaysia.
So you grew up in Malaysia. You are surrounded by these amazing folk songs. Tracy, our composer, grew up in Malaysia. She loves to champion these folk songs. What was it like to have your daughter learn these folk songs?
Yeah, I was like really surprised that, you know, to be here in Palo Alto, in United States, the new world, and then the modern world, to hear about Malaysian folk songs. Because I grew up with it, it was really like we take it for granted. We have so many of it. And then Tracy has, you know, like really, you know, come up with this arrangement. And then it was just amazing that my childhood song being sang by my child, being performed by my child. So it was really cool. Yes.
And what does this song mean to you?
This song actually is not really Malaysian. It was sang by Southeast Asian, like even Indonesia. So I don't know where is the origin, I mean, which country is the origin, but then it is basically a very simple life song, like about paddy field, about the vegetable that we eat all the time. Yeah, so it brought back a lot of memories.
Learning this song required a lot of dance that we had to learn. And you ended up being one of our dance leaders. What did that feel like to be one of our dance leaders in front of the group, showing everyone the moves?
I liked showing like my friends how to like dance, like the hand movements, and when I saw everyone doing the dance, it just made me feel proud of where I came from, and it also looked really pretty to the song.
The Malay dance, they are really soft, and I think that they master it quite well. I mean, looking at the video, watching them. I mean, overall, as a whole, the pronunciations, the movement, it was just really beautiful, the whole.
Did you help some of the other singers with their Malay pronunciation?
Well,
I know you helped me. I know I was corrected many times.
my friends did pretty well. They didn't make that many mistakes. It seemed very easy for them.
What was it like for you to sit in the audience and watch your daughter do that?
I mean, I felt really proud, and then I felt like, wow, Malaysia has been following us wherever we go. So it was really wonderful. And then Like she was learning it from Tracy. I mean online. From the video. When looking at the dance moves, it brought back a lot of like the Malay dance, the traditional dance, the movement, the softness of it. Yeah, so that was like, wow, even that, the girls have to learn because the girls, different dancers, they require different type of flexibility or the movement of the hands. Yeah.
It was exciting to learn. It was fun to learn. It was challenging to learn. Here in the United States, when we learn music and we sing, we normally, as Jenna has said sometimes, we just sing.
Yes.
We don't move at the same time. We don't dance while we sing. But in other cultures, they sing and move or dance
A lot.
A
Yes.
lot.
Yes.
And having the girls learn how to do that and being okay with that took a while for us to really understand it, be able to do it. But that was an exciting process. It's always exciting.
Yeah, it's amazing that the girls actually took it quite well. Like they didn't feel that it's from Asia, it's from it's from another culture. They just absorbed it and then really deliver the whole piece really nicely. Yeah, I love it.